Greetings, Wolfpack, the only low of 95 here, and welcome back to some more Destiny. Now, before we get into this, you may be asking yourself, why is he calling it Destiny Episode 40, and not, say, Destiny the Taken King Episode 1? Well, that's because before we dive into the Taken King content, there was a couple of things that got added that were originally PlayStation exclusive, that got added to Xbox along with the release of the Taken King. Now, one of those things is a base game thing, which was a PlayStation exclusive strike, which was the Scion Flares, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So that's why I'm calling this episode Destiny Episode 40, because it's technically base game content that we'll be doing. You may have noticed that my Titan looks a lot different. That's because I have been playing a little bit of strike playlists and stuff, just to get a little bit better gear ready before we dive into the Taken King content. Also, the next episode, which will be next week, we still won't be diving into the Taken King content because another exclusive strike was added along with the release of the Taken King. But we'll get into that next week. So anyway, I'll see you when we find a new instance of the Scion Flares. Oh, I was wrong. It's not actually called the Scion Flares. It's called Dust Palace. But yeah, that was the base game strike that was exclusive to PlayStation up until the release of the Taken King.
The Dust Palace is lost to us again, back in Cabal hands. Word is they've let Scion Flayers out of their cages to dig around in the Central AI's cortex, which means they really want what's buried in there. If Rasputin was protecting it, it's valuable. We've got to flush those Flayers out.
Okay, here we are. Finally got into a fresh instance. That took way too long. It's been about 25-30 minutes since I last spoke to you. Yeah, before we got into here, I was literally being dropped into the same session over and over and over again. I've gone the wrong way. And it was kind of annoying, really. I bet it was annoying for the people in that instance because I kept joining and leaving, trying to find a fresh one. But whatever, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But now we're at a fresh one. I can finally talk again and get this done and out of the way and move on. Right. So this strike. It's actually another Cabal strike. Yeah, we don't really see much of the Cabal in the base game and the Dark Below in the House of Wolves, so it was nice to be able to play this strike after the Taken King dropped. Considering, I think before this there was only one other strike in which the Cabal was the main feature. It was all either the Hive or the Vex or, Fallen. So yeah, this strike was really nice. Now, as you can see, I don't have much in the way of solo weapons right now. I'm not even a Sunbreaker Titan either, which I'm really looking forward to. Doing that quest and finally trying out the Sunbreaker. You see, as part of to try and keep all the stuff I do on my Titan character for the YouTube channel, I was barely using it while I was not recording this. Wow, this guy keeps dying easy. I suppose he is only level 29, whereas I'm level 31. But still, that shouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, because basically, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, or a couple of months ago, I can't really remember. My concept of time is pretty warped these days. I can't remember exactly when it was. But I actually reworked a lot of my characters, deciding what kinds of weapons I want to be using on them, what kind of playstyles I want to go for. So I got rid of a lot of weapons because I realized that my Titan is a rather close quarters kind of character. So I was thinking hand cannons, auto rifles, sidearms, and shotguns basically for the main weapons I use on the Titan. whereas the hunter was like, I was thinking, well, hand cannons is a given, especially for gunslinger. That's the class. So I was like, yeah, definitely want hand cannons on for a hunter. Then obviously a long range because they're precision. So it was like, so hand cannons and scout rifles was a good combination. And then what was the other ones I decided to do? Oh yeah, it was sniper rifles. I think shotguns, or was it sidearms? No, I think it was sidearms and shotguns. I think it was a combination of like 3, because I couldn't really decide between shotguns and sidearms. So I was like, you know, I just go with all 3 for the hunter, and that's been working out pretty well. And then for the warlock, I was like, well, the warlock doesn't really have any specifications with weapons. Like, you can be a medium ranged warlock, you can be a close range, you can be a long range. So I was like, I may as well just delve into a bit of everything on the warlock, and you know, so that's how it rolls. Because the warlock is actually one of my favorite classes, especially with the Stormcaller subclass. I've been trying that out a bit. I'm really fun to use. I feel like Emperor Palpatine, which is kind of fun. Oh yeah, they're like down here, aren't they? So speaking of while I'm at it, because I've been using it like all episode, is speaking of exclusive things that became not exclusive at the launch of the Taken King, was the exotic hand cannon, the Last Word, which is what I'm using right now. And I gotta say, I really like it. It's a shame we won't be using it for long, because as soon as we get into the Taken King, we'll find like blues that are better damage than the Last Word. So, but yeah, for what it is, it's really good. I like it. So I was glad I was able to use this for quite a while. Where is that? You're down there. Correct. There's another one. Where are you at? Ah, you're there. Let's just go down here. Correct. Did he heal? Did he get some health right then? I think he did. Right, we done? I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. We can move on. Man. I suppose it's because the people I'm playing with just aren't that good, maybe. You know, they don't know to go search out for enemies. Plus, I'm kind of distracted with the whole commentating thing. It's like the Let's Players curse. You know, you're trying to focus on talking and commentating and whatnot at the same time as playing. You tend to miss a lot of things. But yeah. So, yeah, I ran out of things to say. So, the plan is, with the Destiny stuff, I may as well just talk about it here, considering I got nothing else to say right now. The plan is, with the Destiny stuff, is I'm going to have 2 Destiny slots in a week, for the time being. One slot is going to be dedicated to, like, story stuff, like questing in the story. Mainly sticking to the Titan character, but I may branch out onto my other characters as well. And then also there's going to be a slot for Crucible stuff, because since this game came out, I've never been big on playing the multiplayer, because I just never saw a reason to. So I really want to delve into the multiplayer, and I felt like, you know, I want to bring you guys along too. So there's also going to be a Crucible slot on the channel, which will be which will be whenever I decide to put it out. Because basically, if you haven't seen my scheduled draft video, I'm now like using an upload schedule, and yeah. See, because I'm also starting this stream a day thing, which I may end up streaming some Destiny as well, but never my Titan character. I'll never stream my Titan character, because that's my whole idea was like the Titan character was purely for YouTube and like playing on my own, but mainly for YouTube. So I'd never stream my Titan character, but I still may stream some Destiny, like maybe some Strike playlists or whatever. And if I do plan to use my Titan character, I'll give everybody on the YouTubes fair warning to say, hey, I'm going to be streaming with a Titan character, which means it'll probably be highlighted on YouTube anyway, because it's the Titan character. But yeah. So that's like the sort of general plan I have for Destiny. I've been thinking of some other stuff to do with Destiny, because lately I've been really big on learning more about the lore of Destiny, and like I've been sitting there reading the Grimoire cards and all that. And so far, across all of my searches on YouTube, I've not really found a place where people like do Grimoire readings and have it relate to like the story and stuff. Like make a video and whenever something appears that relates to a Grimoire card, yeah. Basically, I have an idea that when I get this game on the PS4, I might do like another playthrough, and whenever I get a Grimoire card notification on screen, there'll be a Grimoire card reading for that. Just so there's more like lore-centered playthrough on my channel rather than just me going around shooting everything, killing everything, you know. And I feel like that might be a good idea to do when I get it on the PS4. Because with all the PlayStation exclusive stuff there is, I really want this game on the PS4. Yeah, I own this on both Xbox platforms. I'm going to get it on the PS4 too, because why not? You know? But yeah. So that's something to look out for in the future if I do eventually get around to doing that. Because honestly, I'd have a lot of fun with it. Right, I think this one's the Void one. Oh no, it's not. But yeah, these are the main bosses. There's 3 of them. They're all Scion Flayers, and each of them have a specific damage type weakness. For example, this one is Arc. Then we have the Void one. And the Solar one. Now, as for the Solar and Void, unless I switch to Defender, which I honestly don't like using Defender, except to get up some stuff on it, because I'm not a big defending guy. I like running in guns blazing kind of situation. So I've never been big on using the Defender. Man, I completely lost track of what I was saying then, because my brain was just like, blow at health, gotta get out of here, gotta survive. I've not died yet this video, so I want to keep it that way. Sick. Okay. Now this guy, he needs to die already. There we go, he did. He did. Is it just one more? Yeah, it's just this last one. The Solar Scion Flare, and then we're done for for today. See, this is just like a good introduction, show you the strike we missed of the base game, and just to get you back into the Destiny on the channel.
Nice one. I'll let the Vanguard know the flavors are dense.
Nice. And also let you hear Peter Dinklebot for the first time. I forgot about it. Not Peter Dinklebot. What am I on about? Not Peter Dinklebot. No, Little Dink's gone. Little Dink's gone. We now have the Nolan bot. I don't know if I've recorded any Destiny since Nolan North started the voice acting. But yeah, he does a bang up job. Like, I really enjoyed Nolan bot. And you'll get to hear more of him when we delve into the Taken King stuff, which will be happening not next week, but the week after next. So next week we'll be doing the other PS exclusive strike that was no longer exclusive at the release of Taken King, and then the following week after that we'll start on the Taken King stuff. But until then, take care, face your fears, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.